Oh, hey! I am American Jesus, and these are my opinions. So, today we're going to talk about something that most people in the fellowships have no idea about at all. It's a little thing in science we like to call correlation, not causation. It's when two things maybe sometimes happen at the same time, but they aren't kind of caused by each other in any way. Maybe they're caused by a third thing that causes both of them to happen. But one of the things that we like to do as people of scientists, of the science, with the thing, honestly, to be honest with you, I heard the funniest thing the other day. This guy was like, yeah, I was getting my PhD. And the guy next to him was like, oh, what were you getting your PhD in? And he was like, oh, science. Anyways, basically what we like to do in psychology, sociology, anybody that studies theologies, anybody that studies people, we try to kind of limit our inferences and say, oh, well, these two things seem to happen at the same time. One must be caused by the other one. And so what we do is we kind of design a test, and the test has to kind of eliminate any, like, what we call outside variables. And so what we'll do is we'll have a control group and we'll have a testing group, and maybe we'll have, or maybe we'll have the same group of people and they relapse once, and then we'll try them on this program, and then if they relapse again, we'll try them on a separate program, and then we'll do a comparative study to see if we can say anything about the success rate of either of those. For individuals in a particular area, or cross-section, or demographic, whatever you want to call it. 12-step fellowships don't do any of that. And to be honest with you, what they use more than anything else, their main method of proof is called confirmation bias. And it's not a method of proof. Now, what it is it's a bias. It's a fallacy, or I don't know, we use that word a lot, and I don't necessarily know when you call something a fallacy and when it's just dumb. But confirmation bias means that as a program, NA states that, hey, we have no idea what the hell's going on. No, I wish they would state that. No, they say, if we say that we don't ever see people fail, and we say it enough, people might just believe it. And you know what? They do. They believe it. I go into meetings and I hear people say that the program works, or I did. And I'm like, no, I have 22 years clean. I never relapsed. I'm rare. I am like the unicorn of recovery. I mean, don't tell me there's more than one unicorn out there. There actually was another one that went to the group that I went to. But it's rare. So rarely have we seen a person never relapse and stay clean for a very long period of time, decades. That is something that has rarely been seen. But what they do is they use confirmation bias. And they say, oh, this person stayed clean, so there's things, and it helped. It was a miracle. They've got a really low, like bar for miracles. I miss back in the day when miracles were actually impressive. You had your burning bushes, you had your Santa Claus, an Easter Bunny, that damn tooth fairy. Anyways, now those are miracles. I mean, shit. How the hell does one guy deliver presents to everybody in the world? Do you ever wonder if people that are really poor in poor countries that hear about Santa Claus and their children and they just kind of feel like Santa Claus just forgets them every year? There's this thought. Anyways, so they basically say, oh, well, it's a miracle, and the miracle is caused by the 12 steps of recovery. And you just kind of got to scratch your head and be like, well, where's your evidence? Do you have the where's your control group? Where is your research? Where are your numbers, the statistics that show that people that go to NA or AA or CA have a greater likelihood to stay clean over those who do not? And then you could actually, furthermore, you could actually investigate whether or not they have to have a particular belief system, whether or not they have to come out of a religious background, because it's my firm believing that yes, you do. You actually have to believe in a God to have any success in Narcotics Anonymous, because sooner or later, the freaking third step's the third step. It says God. Yeah, you can say good early direction, but it's not a freaking acronym. There's no periods in it. It says God. And you're going to run into the guy that points that out to you and says, it says God in the book and it says prayer in the book, and this is a spiritual program. So you better get with Jesus or you're going to end up in hell with needles sticking out of your eyeballs. The funny thing about this whole topic is that there's really no correlation. So whether or not there's a causation, there actually is a correlation. There's a higher percentage of people who attend 12-step meetings that actually end up dead. That correlation is actually true. As opposed to just a random cross-section of the United States. There's a higher percentage of people in 12-step fellowships that die young from drugs. So if you want to actually make any conclusion about 12-step fellowships from a correlative point of view without any testing to see if one causes the other, you would say that 12-step fellowships kill people. Okay, well, I am American Jesus, and thank you for coming by. I really do appreciate you coming by. And if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them in the questions or comments section of this page on the YouTube. And those were my opinions. Oh, and like and subscribe. And in the comments, if you want to say that I'm awesome and that I'm the coolest person in the world, then I'll know you watched this whole video. Thanks. That's all I got. Keep coming back to this channel.
Kid, other side is something big. Do you think that what you did would bring you back to this?